What is up? Kevin Hale here. Round of shots on this Sunday night, August 28th, 2022. Hope everyone is doing well as we're wrapping up this weekend and heading into the final week of August. September is on the horizon. Not only is September here, what was it? August 3rd, September 1st is Thursday. Uh, Football. UK football starts this Saturday. We had some football yesterday, which they designate as week 0. And we got a clown Nebraska for their performance yesterday. And give some shout out to Vanderbilt. They had a good game, good win yesterday. Joining us tonight as we get it going, talking Kentucky sports, and this will be a predominantly football-driven show. My man, Terry Brown. Terry Brown from Iowa. What's up, Terry?
Good to be here. Thank you for inviting me. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
It's almost like you just accepted an award.
I really appreciate that.
Carrie Lewis in her news. Carrie, what's up?
I can never say no. Much to my chagrin, I can never say no.
It's consensual between us, right?
Right? Yeah.
Exactly.
He's like the mafia. You can't turn him down.
Can't do it, man. Just can't.
Well, this guy's turned me down a time or two, but only because of his schedule. But we get his tag team partner on kind of a bi-weekly thing is what I'm kind of hoping. Mr. He's got a lot of shit going on, Jay Hayes. Jay,
I'm 46. I got a lot of shit going on.
Yeah. How are you, bro?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Good to see you, man.
Thanks. Good to be here.
Joining us, rounding. Let me hear. Oh, there they are. The bookends. A. Dot, B. Styles, the locker, the boys. Anthony, start with you. Good to see you. How are you?
Good. Got the yard done. Had a successful show this morning with that guy over there, over top of Terry, over there this morning. So I'm glad to be back talking sports one more time. And I'm here just in case Carrie shows us the girls like she hinted last week. Not last week, last time.
Man, you got tuned in every week now to see if it happens.
There you go. Oh, there you go. Did he freeze up? V Styles. What's up, my bro?
President accounted for. I'm gonna keep mine simple today.
I appreciate you all doing this with me again on this Sunday night. We are, less than a week from kickoff for our Kentucky Wildcats. Can't wait. This is we're gonna talk. We're gonna talk a lot of Kentucky football tonight. Guys, I can't remember the last time the hype has been this crazy for this team. I mean, you got all kinds of media putting us, either second in the East. You got some people who are saying we're going to win the East. You got some people saying we're a sleeper for the playoffs. There's some heavy expectations, not only from the fan base, but in the media world too. And we'll get into all that. But one thing I want to throw at you guys before we talk football is somehow I was going through and was looking, was there any basketball, anything to talk about basketball? What did Calipari tweet out, or was some controversy with Jay Hayes putting something out there to start shit? I was really hoping. I was going through his Twitter and I'm like, no, he didn't do that. I don't want to. I'll start with you, Terry, or you all can chime in. It was the one thing I saw that I did make a note of was Lance Ware. He put a comment out there, and I wish I could find it to quote it, to give it its credence. But long story short, I guess he was asked his role, Terry, on this team, and his response blew me away. I don't know if you all are you familiar with what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, I am.
Yeah. So basically, he's acknowledged that he's accepting his role. Everyone has a place, on this team, and he's doing his part. And it's kind of like the real world. This is reality for him. I got to find the quote, but Cherry, jump in. What was to see something like that caught me a little off guard in a very good way.
Yeah, it was good. My whole thing about that is I would caution against drawing any sweeping parallels. It was just this one young man. And oftentimes what happens when we get a quote where he basically understood he himself wasn't going to transfer because he understood that, he was going to work. He loves Kentucky. That's great for Lance Ware. And I'm happy for him. Oftentimes what happens is we get a little blurb like that. An athlete professes their love for their school, and then it's used to bludgeon the other kids who have different paths. Mm-hmm. So good for him. I'm glad he loves the University of Kentucky. I love the University of Kentucky, if I can say it, Jay Hayes. So, for me, good for him. It was great. And it's a very valid point. Sometimes you have to just find your niche. So I salute the young man for having the maturity to see that.
Yeah, that was, to me, that it came across very sincere, not like he was, sucking up to the team or trying to just blow smoke up our ass. But the quote, what I'm
right. Yeah, exactly. It was maturity. Everything Terry said, dead on. I thought it showed that, he's willing to fight for a position, and he loves to be at the University of Kentucky and fight for that position. So, I mean, I didn't take it anything more than that.
Right. And not that he's content. I didn't, get that. That's the way it is right this minute, Van. And as a former player, to hear something like that, good stuff here. I'm getting some humming. Not to be confused with a hummer. Humming.
I found a quote for you, Kevin. It says, "People always ask me that." So the question was, so why did he not transfer?
Thank you.
Why not leave, go play somewhere I can get more minutes? Because I love Kentucky. I love the fans. I love the way Coach Cal does things. I just want to stay and get better and see what I can get out of the experience of challenging myself. Because that's just life. Forget basketball. That's life in the real world. Not everybody can be the star. Not everybody gets to go out and score 30. But I still have a role on this team. I believe is very important. Sometimes life slaps you in the face. Sometimes reality hits you before you want it to hit you. And some guys can't handle it. Trust me. I've seen them. And for
especially
a guy
a five-star guy, because he was a 5-star too, right?
Top 40 guy to have that perspective that quickly.
Yep.
Says a lot about how he was raised and his, as Jay Hayes said, his maturity.
Is it fair to? Yeah, same. Carrie, it would be fair to say that that's his comment might be also kind of a reflection on this team, the mindset, the personality of it.
It absolutely could be, and it's a refreshing comment. I think we don't, you don't hear that too often anymore. I'm getting a little feedback on my end. I don't know if you can hear that. I'm getting my little mixed minus echo thing going on. But yeah, it's a refreshing comment, and good for him for saying it. And yeah, hopefully some of the other guys on the team, pick up on that and kind of run with it. It's positive, which I think is a good thing. Any kind of positivity with this team, to me, is good. So I'll say that.
Yeah. Anthony, anything to add?
Yeah, Carrie, positivity is always better than negativity. Just FYI. I don't know how to say that, but just piggybacking off your comment.
I got Michelle. I'm 15 years older than Jay. That's, if you do the math, you don't look it, Michelle. Just saying. I don't know if that scores points with me or not, or the show, but keep doing what you're doing, Michelle. Cheers. Thanks for hanging out with us. All right, let's get at it. Yesterday, college football week 0. debuted. I'm looking. I clowned Nebraska to start out with because they were like 12.5-point favorites, and Scott Frost is kind of jerking himself off on how competent this team is and all that. But Terry, week 0, what was your takeaways from yesterday?
We laugh at Nebraska and Nebraska's substandard corn. In the battle of the corn states, Iowa, yes, Nebraska, no. But, Nebraska is chasing the ghost of Tom Osborne, and it's just been a sad state of affairs for going on 30 years at this point. It's hard to believe that Nebraska was a national power, and yet here they are just fumbling the bag. And from Bo Pelini to Callahan to, Scott Frost, Nebraska, this ain't your granddaddy's Nebraska team any longer. So, yeah, we enjoy Nebraska Cornhusker tears.
Yeah, speaking of Pelini, I think I saw a stat where he averaged 9 wins a season, and they ran his ass out, and Frost is like, I want to say 13 or 14, 15 games below 500 in his tenure so far.
So Frank Solich replaced Tom Osborne, right? Got beat pretty bad by that Miami team that was 3 deep with NFL All-Pros, and finished 9-3. And they got rid of Solich. And Nebraska has not had less than 3 losses in any season since then, going on 20 years. So to bring this point back to Kentucky, everyone just assumes that we can plug any guy to run Kentucky basketball. And I'm telling you right now, no. Nebraska thought the same thing. We can find anybody to get us 9 wins, and you absolutely cannot. Yeah, never won. Yeah. Okay, JD. Yeah, never. But I'm saying they haven't lost. They haven't had anything better than a 3-loss season since.
Yeah. Well, since
Solich.
Frost. Yeah. Right.
Going back to Solich replacing Tom Osborne. So again, we think that these things will just take care of themselves. That's absolutely not the case. So that would be my case in point for folks that say anybody can coach Kentucky basketball. No. It's harder than you think.
Carrie, your takeaways from yesterday?
Tom Osborne's still technically alive. So, they could get him back, I guess, if they really wanted. He still is out there.
On like on a machine or something? What do you mean technically?
No, he's still alive. He's super old, and he looks like he should be dead, but he's still alive. So I say
Kansas State did it. Kansas State did it with Snyder.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did. I don't know. It's fun to laugh at Nebraska, and it's fun to poke fun at Nebraska and laugh at Scott Frost, in my opinion. I never liked Scott Frost. I didn't like Scott Frost at UCF. I have a feeling that Scott Frost is still trying to call UCF, and they're like, new number, who dis? Onside kick in the 3rd quarter, up 11 with 9 minutes left. What the hell, dude? You never scored again. You absolutely never scored again. And guess what? On top of that, all the guys you made run until they puked or whatever you were bragging about, your D-line got blowed up. They got blew up the whole entire second half. Northwestern just ran all over them. It was ridiculous. And once your D-line just completely kind of got gassed, it was over. It was done. I don't know. I'm surprised the plane didn't take off and just leave him in Ireland. Now, he does have I'm telling you what's going to happen here, what I think is going to happen here. His buyout gets cut in half October 1st. They play Oklahoma September the 23rd. So I think what's going to happen is you're going to see him gone October. They'll limp through the rest of the season with an interim assistant coach or whatever, and they'll be shopping around.
JD bringing the stats. 40 games over 500. Pelini was at Nebraska. Wow. That's crazy. Jay, takeaways from yesterday?
Week 0.
WEAK?
Yeah, I didn't take anything away from it. 0 takeaways. I didn't watch either game. Saw the scores and thought just that. Week 0. Maybe they could have given us some better games. I don't know, but it is what it is. It was laughable
Yeah, I was kind of toying around with it, calling it WEAK as week 0. But Anthony Western did get a win. But Vandy, and he put 63 points on the board yesterday. Hawaii,
Vandy got a first place vote for the SEC. So here's the one thing I was stuck on, and Terry, I think Terry gonna piss me off today.
counting on it.
I was a big Tommy Frazier, Lawrence Phillip fan back in my day, and y'all were giving Nebraska all this flack, man. When Nebraska and Tennessee ride that same wave, they were at their peaks at the same time. And they both fell, and they both sitting on their asses at the same time. So I don't know why y'all yelling about this Nebraska stuff, and people still act like we losing to Tennessee. Watch your mouth.
I think
I got heat for Tennessee too. I'm not defending what's going on in Knoxville either. F them and the crew. I'm gonna start hitting them up. I ain't worried about Nebraska or Tennessee, all those teams.
Well, I ain't worried about Nebraska. I'm just saying Nebraska and Tennessee is in that same boat. Is the same era when they was hot,
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
then they both fell off real bad. And
Yes,
so
sir.
y'all beating up Nebraska. If we F around and lose to Tennessee again this year, you got to eat your words, TB.
I love it. What else can I bring up to stir the pot? Van, your takeaways from yesterday.
My takeaway is a couple of things. Bo Pelini is an asshole, right? He's just an ass. Frost is an asshole too. How you can what ass is Frost kissing to keep being an asshole? Because there's no difference between him and Bo. Zero. Personality almost exactly the same. He just threw his coaches under the bus, 15 minutes after the game?
Yeah, he said, what was it, the offensive play call or something to that effect? Yeah. He did.
After he gave him a short field. But
yeah,
the two things that got me was UConn football with Jim Morrow, I think is going to make some hay. They had going to Utah State isn't an easy place to win or even to play. For them to go there and one bad PI away from maybe winning that game or at least making it close was huge to me. And the other one was one more game. I gotta look. What is it
from yesterday?
Yeah, from
Florida State. They
Florida
won.
State.
They were their first win. First win. First game win.
Duquesne.
Yes. Oh God.
It was Duquesne, but okay.
Yeah.
But
No, that's week 0. They should be 0-0. That should have been a preseason game for them.
No.
That should not count in the win column. Come on, man.
FAU beat Charlotte.
FAMU. For anybody who thought FAMU, because I saw a tweet that says, well, UNC's gonna have to find an opponent because their current opponent might not play. If any dumbass thought FAMU wasn't gonna take that $400,000+ guarantee money, is stupid. They would have played with 10 players. Trust me.
Hey, Kevin, I got a question.
Sure.
Why do they call it Duquesne and ain't no A in there? Why is the S silent? Like, why you just throw a damn word together and people ignorant asses?
Is
Duquesne? Where is that? Is that in? Where is Duquesne?
I don't know.
Kansas?
I'm just looking at the
Ohio, isn't it?
Ohio? Is
no, I ain't
I thought it was
Ohio.
Pennsylvania.
Come on, man. We don't do
I
that.
don't know. I don't know. All right, so we clearly don't know where the
No, we
it
don't.
is. Yeah.
It's in Pittsburgh.
It's in
It ain't
Pittsburgh.
Ohio.
Okay.
Yeah, I knew it was Pennsylvania.
Okay.
There we go.
That's the question of the night. JD, since you're chiming with the stats, why do they call it Duquesne and there's no A and all that good stuff? All right.
I can't believe we got 5'7" JD doing stats.
He's on the what do you call a step stool or something?
TB, you said you was gonna stop, man. You can't help yourself.
He's not gonna.
Can't stop, won't stop.
Can't stop. Next topic I'm gonna throw at you guys. Chris Rodriguez had 6 Wildcats named preseason coaches, all SEC. He was first team. Looks like we got Kenneth Horsey. Second team Levis, Tavion Robinson, Jaquez Jones, DeAndre Square, all third team. Terry, I mean, these preseason accolades are what they are, but any feel or, I mean, are these acknowledgments justified, or we missing anybody? What are we thinking here?
No, I think it's good that Kentucky is getting some of that preseason pub. Again, preseason doesn't equal a whole lot, but it is good to get a little bit of spotlight on these players. So, apologize, JD. I love you. All 67 inches. Anyway.
Whoa.
That didn't come out right, TV. You want to edit that out, Kevin?
Yeah, bleep that out on the replay. Anyway,
that's a soundbite for me.
Anyway, yeah, I take it. Rodriguez is Kentucky's got players.
Inches?
That's where I insert some porn music behind that vocal.
That's not what I said.
Oh.
I feel you. Van's bringing. What's are you? What were you? Were you watching any? Were you online with any adult websites before this show?
Who, me?
Yeah. Because you
I
feel
wish.
it.
That's not me. That's Anthony. Anthony's coming.
Oh,
with
Anthony. Okay.
That was that dude. Him. That was not
all right.
me.
Let's stay in process. So preseason. So Terry, you're good with the cast of characters that were.
Yes.
Okay. Carrie Lewis, what's your news?
I'm great with it. Hey, man, we're actually getting football players on a preseason, accolades roster, or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, man. Wow. Yes. Totally on board with that. I don't care if it is preseason and it doesn't, people say it doesn't mean much or whatever, you want to call it, but just to even be acknowledged and have the players that have the stats to be acknowledged. Yes, please.
JD's just chiming in, so he's on my head, in my head. But Jay, 6 players to make the SEC preseason coaches in a talent-driven league. That's I'll take it.
I don't know what it all means.
No,
I mean, I like the acknowledgement of Kentucky players,
mm-hmm.
but that's as far as it.
That's fair. I get it. Yeah.
But I mean, I like that, but I've never understood. Maybe the players on the panel can tell you, but
they're a nice segue.
Yeah.
Anthony, what's from a player's perspective? Is that what's this do for the psyche of the player or the team?
To be completely honest, I really can't tell you. This is all in all honesty. Van probably can tell you. I was never preseason, and the one thing about it to me, and we talk about it on other shows I've been on, when you give these guys, I think Vince and Stoops and those guys can get concerned about these guys resting on their laurels and I made it, and you get in trouble off season, and you cause your team stress because you get in trouble off season. Whereas I was never preseason selected, but when you look at the stat books at the end of my career in the SEC, it was done. So to me, it's about the work you do at the end. I'm more for the postseason rewards than I am on the preseason. Van may be a little bit more, but it does show respect for the university. So when you ask individually, I'm not sure individually if that's my take. I think it shows more respect for the university than it does for the individuals.
No, I like that perspective as well. And it's exposure in a very talent-heavy league, Van, where a lot of these guys from these preseason positions or the award or the acknowledgement here, a lot of these guys are going to be in the league next year.
I say BS. First,
BS. Okay.
Will Levis should have been second team. There's no way fucking what's that kid from South Carolina? I don't even want to say his name. Him should be ranked ahead of him.
Oh, Rattler, Spencer Rattler.
I know his name. I don't want to say his
you
name.
Don't want to say
it ain't worth it. That other guy that wears that ugly orange shouldn't be in front of him, how some other people had him. That's BS. So for me, it's BS. Second of all, how can you leave Eli Cox off of this list when you had him mid-season All-American last year before he got hurt? So he's going to be mid-season All-American. How is he not able to be preseason All-SEC, at least somewhere on the board, at least third team at worst? So for me, I think it's BS. To me, it's the brand. It's the name on the front of the jersey. It's getting some of these guys clout when they don't deserve it. And we got some guys who deserve these accolades, and they are not receiving it because we are Kentucky football, and it's BS. That's just me.
No, that's you, and I'm glad you're bringing it. All right. Next topic I'm going to throw at you, and I acknowledge this came from an article from the Lexington Herald. As the season draws near, 5 things Mark Stoops should be worried about. I'm gonna I'm the messenger here, so I'm gonna just share with you what they're saying. And but 5, it's kind of 5 positions. Terry, I'll start with you. First one, running back. Obviously, Chris Rodriguez is going to miss some games. But what's your warm fuzzy with the running backs position heading into the season as of right now?
Oh, I feel good about it.
Okay.
My man Van Hiles is going into great details about the dudes in that room besides Chris Rodriguez. So Van says they're good to go. I'm co-signing that all day long.
Carrie Lewis.
Yeah, same. After I dropped the ball last week on my knowledge of that position, and I just said, sure, Smoke's the second running back, whatever. I went back and did a little bit more research, but yeah, Jefferson, the transfer from Sam Houston State, that guy's a real deal. He is the real deal. So I think we're totally set up at running back.
Yeah, Ramon. Is it Ramon?
Yes.
Yeah.
Jay, running back position.
Running back room is not one you have to worry about. Also, bold prediction is Jefferson goes over the 299 mark single game this year. But that's just my crazy bold prediction. But I will say this, to really get a true answer, you got to ask a true SEC running back who is in this room right now.
I just serve them up, and you're knocking them out of the park. Nice, just taking
true,
us.
That's true.
Yeah, I love it.
I want a jersey. I'm trying to get a jersey.
A fucking jersey at that, right?
I was there. I saw it. So it is what it is.
Anthony, give us your take on the running back position.
Before I give you a take, can I ask Jay Hayes, can you put that comment you just made on the dumbest shit on the sleeve?
Yeah.
$299?
$299.
Hey, Van Hiles, tell him Mo Williams is not walking through that door. No, we have a very talented. I don't know what he said. The 5 things you got to worry about. The only thing he has to worry about is who you want to put in and where you want to put them in. Pick your poison.
Well, I'll get to it. The 5 things were kind of by position. But so I'm breaking it down. The first one for them was the running back. So I'll go to the others. There are other 4, if you will. But you feeling good right now, right, with our running back?
Oh, no, they're great. And Carrie, after you had the show last week, I don't know what happened. Van and I talked about it this morning on Sunday Morning Sports Talk. Check it out every Sunday morning from 9 to noon. WLAP.
Plug.
They have Smoke as the starter. So whatever you did last time you were on here, whoever you talked to, they got Smoke penciled in. And I do think that may be the right thing to do because he's a senior. This is his last season. He's going to take the first snap. That's all I'm telling you. That's why I think he's named to start. He's going to take the first
I was
snap.
going to say, has he done anything to not earn that first carry from the running back?
Didn't do.
But I mean, you're saying he has?
He didn't do enough to ward off the people behind him. I'm not going to say he did anything to
Okay.
ward, but he didn't do enough. But he's a senior. Chris is not available.
Right.
Start him, and then Jefferson's going to take over. I'll let Van continue.
Yeah. Bring it.
BS. I should have changed my name to BS Hiles because we're trying to win damn games.
Right.
We're not trying to make people happy. I don't give a damn if he's a senior, a 5th-year senior, a 6th-year senior, a medical red shirt, 8-year. I don't care. He has not proven he's better than any of the guys that's in front of Ramon Jefferson, Jaton McClain, who last year mixed 6 games and came and leapfrog his ass in the middle of the season. That's hard to do. That's very difficult to leapfrog upperclassmen in the middle of the season. And we all know Lavelle Wright is the next guy in line. I don't care.
First snap is all I said. I didn't say start and play the whole game. I said first snap.
Have they?
He shouldn't.
Has the official depth chart been put out? Do we know?
Probably be Monday or Tuesday.
Okay, I was going to say I haven't seen that either.
I will start Ramon Jefferson and let him roll.
Okay.
And Kavase Smoke gets the crumbs, just like all the rest of the guys will get the crumbs as they fall. That's just how I see it. But I'm confident in the running back room.
Yeah, I think the consensus here is that we're all good. I'm going to just, Mike, I see your question. How do we feel about the new OC going into the week this weekend? Hold tight, because the third topic is the offensive coaching continuity. But the second one on this list, guys, is the offensive line. Terry, we've talked about the last few weeks, but we're less than a week in, so give me your 6-day forecast on which you're feeling about the Big Blue Wall 2022 edition.
I'm feeling good about the Big Blue Wall. I mean, I'm no X's and O's guy, no coach or anything, but the last few years to me have shown that, yes, we're going to have some starters and we've got some other guys to rotate and to play. So I don't see why that wouldn't continue. That is the offensive line's kind of been what we hang our hat on. So I feel confident about it. I know there's going to be some guys going to have to step up, but I think we're finally to that point, even for beleaguered Kentucky fans, where we kind of feel like, yeah, there may be some new faces, but we're still going to get that equivalent push up front.
Is it fair to say I'll throw this out for Carrie to answer, and then you all can just chime in afterwards? But maybe is this we're now with the offensive line, the Big Blue Wall, where there's not the canards, the alpha dog. There's just now there's depth. There's that maybe not the one preseason All-American, but there's a lot of talent on this line. Is that fair to say? Or
I mean, in my opinion, I think it's fair to say. I'm the one thing I don't worry about right now is the offensive line. I do think we've had, we've had some guys leave, but I also think that our depth at that unit has been really good in the last couple of years. Of course, you still got to worry about injuries and plugging guys in and things like that. But from where we were to where we are now, in terms of actually looking like an SEC line and guys who are even like behind starters who look like SEC linemen, like I'm sold.
Yeah, that's where I'm going with this, Jay, is that the depth again, just not from all the positions, is that there's not that drop off when the bench comes onto the field.
Right, but I still worry about unproven young guys.
And that's a good point too.
But Big Blue Wall, I mean, it was a concern to me because, I mean, of course, I wasn't or didn't see practice, and a lot of people that I talked to wasn't at practice, but I'm seeing reports come out, articles come out saying they're still fighting for position for left tackle, and they're not sure yet. So that's when you're unsure, that's a concern, and unproven. But they've, like Terry said in the beginning, they've had success and maintained that success for the Big Blue Wall. They stress that. I mean, it's the Big Blue Wall. It's a thing at Kentucky. So I don't know if it's like a big concern. We'll see.
Well, Jay, continuing your theme, go on and kind of set up the scenario so that Anthony can just chime in.
But as a SEC running back and a defensive player in Van Hiles, see, these guys know. So I don't know.
I like it. I love it.
I'm gonna steal Van's thunder.
Go, Anthony.
Like I normally do. Catch me in open field. Catch me in Van on open field. In open field, I'm stealing his thunder. Jay Hayes kind of hinted on it, alluded to it. Manning, the
Tay
left
Manning.
guard,
Yeah.
comes in, takes a starting spot. Guy that wasn't on the roster. Just this week, Wallerbach moves up to the left tackle. So there has to be some certainty that a guy can come from another team and just get plugged into the starting lineup. A redshirt freshman gets moved into your blind side position. I do have faith that these guys are going to be good at some point, and even Keontae Goodwin, if he has to play, he's going to be good. But I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're Deion Sanders Jr. You're going to take some lumps before it just has to happen. You can be the best college freshman to play, but you're going to get burnt a few times. You're going to take some lumps. And to be honest, the offensive line is the only position on the team that concerns me. It concerns me more than the cornerback position.
Damn.
Van.
Not concerned, because even though we have these talks, right? Eli Cox is a redshirt junior, was mid-season All-American. Tay Manning is a senior. He is a graduate senior, so he's an old-ass fart on this line, right? Kenneth Horsey is a redshirt senior. He's a fifth-year senior. Those three guys are manning the interior of the line. We're going to probably come out with two tights, which is going to make it hard for those defensive ends to pin their ears back and get to the quarterback. Second, the backups. You got Quinn Wilson, who's a redshirt senior. Buford, who was the left tackle, is a redshirt sophomore. Not only do we have talent, a lot of these guys are not young. They have been in the system for long enough. My thing is, we only have one guy that we're really worried about, right? I would say we're comfortable with Flax. I'll say we're comfortable with Cox and Manning and Horsey. We got one guy. We can game plan to protect that one guy. It's not hard to do as an offense to game plan to protect one guy if needed. Now, you don't do that from jump, but you do that when you see him getting his butt whipped, play out the play. Okay, we're going to have to chip. We're going to have to put a tight end over there and chip on that defensive end. The running back's going to also have to help, and we'll be fine. Here's the deal. Even when I played, not every team has two great defensive ends. Not every team has a whole defensive line, unlike we do, that are full of studs. So, I mean, you game plan that every week, and we should be fine.
You got to say class dismissed after that.
What was that?
You got to say class dismissed after that.
No, I mean, it's professors here.
Hold on. Don't let Van off that easy. Hold on. This ain't the Rockets. We ain't gonna let Van off that damn easy.
That was real talk, though.
I don't know how much you guys understand how much time is taken in a football practice. And now they only get 20 hours a week. So it ain't like when Van and I played where you can get 3 hours into practice and we started over. So when Van is saying we game plan, who the hell wants to game plan for a weak link? You cannot do that every week. You don't have the time to do it. So as much as Van assumes, well, we're going to keep tight ends in, we're going to chip to help out the tackles, you can't live off that. You know what teams used to do to the air raid? They'll blitz a backer, they'll blitz a safety all the time. You know why they blitz? Whether they were going to get there or not, you know why they blitz the extra guy? Because Anthony White had to stay in the block him. Now he's not on the route. So Melanie says, well, they just blitzing because they want you to pick up the blitz. All right, you blitz, now I'm hot. But my point is, we're not taking all week to try to figure out, okay, Wallabout, we gonna send you some help on these plays. No, he gonna be put on that island. We're gonna throw Keontae Goodwin in if that don't work. But don't let Van sit there and fool y'all and say we gonna game plan every week to make sure he gets some help. Now you are gonna give him some help, but we do not have the time to get to game plan help because you got to worry about what the defense is going to do.
So
I just want to say real quick.
I
want to say real quick. In the last 60 seconds, I probably could create about 5 memes off of Van's reactions. Just saying. But go ahead, Terry. What was that?
I said, is he going to get help or is he not going to get help?
Oh, he's going to get help. You're gonna see what he can do first. Like you're gonna leave him out there on his own. Even I done been in plenty of games where we getting beat. If you remember the Penn State game, they was tearing our right tackle up, Courtney Brown, and he jumped off sides about 9 times. Chris Comstock. So on my way out, bloop, I got to give him a flipper, give a flipper, then go on my route. But you have to see what he can do first. But I'm saying you can't put a game plan. It's just not feasible. You can't put a game plan together every week, spending hours on. Hey,
hold on, Kevin.
You gonna have help coming from here. Now during the game, if you see it, you may keep it back in.
Kevin, I'm gonna talk over because I think that's what I said. First, you let them play, and then you get them help. I think that's
game plan is though. We're not about the game. We're not
this is what we do every week, and
we
on the locker Wednesday night.
2.5, 3 hours of practice game plan in that.
You don't spend that much time. The coach's game plan before the players get off, and this is what they introduce to the players. And you know that.
Hey man, hey y'all, hey.
He's just been a hater today. He's just been a hater today.
If we gonna do this, man, gotta stick to his side of the ball, and I'll stick to my side of the ball.
All right.
But I tell you, I was on the historically best offenses in Kentucky UK football history. He was on the worst teams in UK history.
Mute him, Kevin. Mute him. Anytime you want to mute him, you can mute him.
Hey, I saw both y'all play. I was in the stands for both y'all. So,
so you better know, Carrie. You better know, Carrie. I appreciate your support.
I was at that Outback Bowl. I know.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
I've read about your all's time in Kentucky. I wasn't there myself, but I've read about it in history books. So, thank you for your service, gentlemen.
Okay. All right, let's go. The third of the 5 from the Herald article was the offensive coaching continuity. To Mike Jackson's kind of question, how do we feel about the OC going into this week, Terry? Continuity, I think it appears to be there. Fair.
Yeah, very, very similar. And Coach Scangarello, eventually I'll get his name right. But, I'm a 49ers fan, and he was able to get a Jimmy G coached offense within 3 points of the Super Bowl and help Jimmy G as much as he could. So if you can do that, I'm pretty comfortable with that. Now, that being said, the 49ers did go to Lambeau Field and win a road playoff game in the snow. So I did see that with my own 2 eyes. So, if you can do that, anything is possible.
Okay.
If you can go to Lambeau Field and beat the back-to-back MVP at home, that's amazing to me. Love you, Jay Hayes. He's going to fight me. Look, religiously, Kentucky going to fight me one day. They're going to jump me if I'm going to come to a game. JD and Jay Hayes both going to jump me pretty good. But I love you guys.
Well, this is why I get to have these cool podcast guys from their own shows come on, and that's why I'm doing this. It's fun to get everyone's perspective. But Carrie, just staying with the offensive coaching continuity, not to leave out, not just for the offensive coordinator, but as I'm reading this article, and it just registered me, Kentucky will have its 4th offensive line coach in 3 seasons as well. So I mean, there's obviously more, intangibles and things with the offensive continuity here. But your take so far?
Well, thank God's not Eddie Gran, right? # sarcasm off. So no, I'm excited. This will be the second in a row that NFL based offensive coordinator that we had. Our last one went to the Rams, right? I mean, I think we're doing pretty good in that department. Levis seems to really like him. He sounds like that, he's the way his offense runs is a very balanced, throw run. We've heard that before, so I have to see it to believe it. But, again, yeah, what he did with the 49ers last year, I'm pretty excited about it. I think the continuity we'll see it. It'll be there.
Jay Hayes.
Didn't the two coaches coach together already? Offensive line coach and OC.
Good point.
I believe so. So that's a
Great
good thing.
take. Yes.
But I don't know because I'm not at practice, so I go off of what players, how they're reacting when we get these little clips of them, and if they're happy with everything, and that's what I go by. And so far, it looks great. Levis is happy. Carrie pointed to that, alluded to that. I learned that word from a SEC running back that's in this room, but it was wonderful. I mean, so I'm hyped up, and no one knows until we play. So
that's why you played the game.
And look, you're at practice, and these couple guys here have been to practice. So,
Anthony, go ahead. Offensive continuity. You feeling it? You seeing it?
Yeah, I do think that's a big thing. Terminology, adjustments on the fly. You both are thinking the same thing when you find a problem. It doesn't take a whole lot explaining when you need to make an adjustment. I do go back to as much continuity as they have together, and the gel they have together, and the communication they may have together. Jay Hayes said, so those new parts on the offensive line, Van has a lot of faith in them. I think Yenzer, which is offensive line coach, by the way, Jay Hayes, can get those guys together, but I think there's going to be a learning curve. I think it's going to take some time. I think they're going to take some lumps. And that's where even the communication is not going to make those guys communicate with each other. When you got a stunt coming, the guy stays too long, or if a guy needs help and you don't know when to help, or you don't help when you should help, that's where give y'all a little inside scoop, give y'all a little drop. Defense line coach said they done whoop the offensive line's ass every day. Every scrimmage, they done whoop them. And maybe our defensive line is that good, but that's what concerns me. I know our defensive line is good, but you can't beat them every scrimmage. We got to make adjustments. We got to figure out something. And the defensive line coach was pretty happy with their performance against our offensive lines this whole summer.
Van,
who is
finish.
the defensive line coach?
Go ahead. What was that, Jay? I'm sorry.
Who is the defensive line coach?
A guy from Panama City, Florida, Bay High School.
Yeah. What was his name?
Escapes me at this point.
Okay.
I'll trust you all there.
I
Van,
know the answer on the offensive side. So
The
Van,
most important relationship on offense is the O-line with the OC. It's the most important one. They have to see the game exactly the same. But that said, this is when you return one of the best quarterbacks in the conference and one of the better running backs in the conference. I don't care who's calling the plays, we good. But when you got a guy who has called plays in the NFL, I think we're in good hands. Now, the thing about it, and I said this last year, he's got to learn these damn hashes. And I said this, and then I think the next week, Liam said that when they went to Tennessee and they played on the Titans field, like, oh, the hashes are big, and people don't understand that. It's a big deal because it's a long throw from one hash to the field, and I don't think he got that until late in the season. I hope Scangarello got that info from Liam when he left. Hey, remember those hashes.
hash. All right. Remember those hashes.
Not
Number
not
4.
that hash.
That
Hash
yeah,
marks
not
on the
that. Yeah. Terry, 4 on the list. Number 4 on the list. Pass defense. I'm sure the players will be able to. Former players will be able to chime in with their takes. But from what you have gathered, pass defense, pass defense. Feeling it, thinking. What do you think? Thoughts? Anything? Too soon to even.
Too soon. I'm gonna have to yield to the X's and O's guys on this
Fair. Same.
because I don't know. I'm just a guy.
But you're our guy. Carrie, anything pass defense? The same?
Okay, so I'm a defensive person. I like to watch the defense honestly more than I like to watch the offense. To tell you the truth, that's honest honestly. And every single season that I've been a UK fan, oh man, our secondary is gonna be so much better. Our secondary's man, and then we get beat, and then we get toasted, and then we're on islands, and then we're playing this zone, and then I don't even know what's going on, and I just can't trust it anymore. So until I see it, I can't believe. I want to believe. I do. Whatever shoulder that's over, I want to
Your
believe.
right shoulder, yeah.
Right. But man, I have just been burned like that secondary so many times that it's hard. Yes. I hope we're good. I pray we're good, but I don't know enough
You
about
really
it at this
pray?
point.
You are praying?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's something you say, right?
Okay. Jay's, what's your feel?
Stoops has been praised in the secondary. That's coming out.
But I've heard this before, man. I've heard it before.
Also, there's this podcast called The Locker. Well, one of the guys is a running back, and the other guy is a defensive back. And the running back was telling the defensive back some stuff about the play, and the guy that was on defense had to explain to him why. And so I feel good now about the secondary.
Yeah, there you go. Well, speaking of nice again, Jay, thanks for the segue. Let's get the Lockers' take on the secondary. Anthony, I'll start with you.
Well, good thing, because
Don't explode, dude. Don't explode.
I was at a K-Fun function on Thursday evening, and I just happened to be at the table with Chris Collins, which is a quarterback coach. I asked him locker questions and invited him on the locker, which he says he will join. I asked him, has Valentine gotten better? He said, yes, he's improved. Body language wasn't convincing. Keidron Smith, he veteran, got some, little experience, got a little experience underneath the belt, was gonna make some plays. The big talk was Drew Phillips. Drew Phillips missed half the season because of off the field issues, and so we didn't get a whole season to see what he can do. But he has the most upside. The problem is the penciled-in starters right now are Smith and Valentine, which body language, when I spoke to the cornerback coach, did not seem convincing to me. And this is casual. It was not under the microphone. It was just me and him over a drink. I was not convinced that these guys are going to be. I was not convinced that he's convinced. Let's say that.
Oh, that's telling. Van,
Look.
Look.
Dude, does anybody remember that 2018 season? Does
I
anybody
think we
remember
all do.
how great that secondary was? Does anybody remember that? Remember?
Pretty
It
good.
was getting interceptions. Oh, you know why? We had a guy named Josh Allen.
Yeah,
And we had a guy named Quentin Bohanna, and we had a guy named Kevin. We had guys up front that was pushing the pocket and putting pressure on the quarterback.
exactly.
As a guy who played defense, you know what was the easiest year for me? Is when C. Ward broke the. I saw him C. Ward. When Chris Ward broke the single season sack record. When you got a guy who's bringing heat like that, it makes our job in the secondary easier. You know that little meme, that little image with the girl yelling in the boy's ear? That's what I want to type up. The big boys need to put pressure on the quarterback and stop blaming us. Because when we got to cover for 5 to 6 seconds, y'all say, oh, well, these guys, why they not covering these guys? It's probably because there's other factors in it. And some of it is sometimes the defensive line, and some of it is the linebackers not getting the drops. But we take on that heat because we got broad shoulders. We can take all that heat. But in all actuality, there's other factors to it. And this year, getting Jordan Wright and J.J. Weaver on the field at the same time, it's going to make Valentine and Drew Phillips and whoever else plays corner in life a whole lot easier.
That's a great point. Very good point. Or great.
Well, I mean, Hayes did.
I was going to make that point, but I heard it
Hayes.
on the locker already, so I felt.
Yeah. It is you if you that's a great point. If you give if there's no pass rush and the quarterback has an eternity to make a play, he's going to make the play. I mean, it's yeah, exactly. So that's yeah. Okay, I like that. All right.
12-0, baby, Jay Hayes. 12-0.
Hey, when it happens, it happens. Don't at me. Don't at me.
We're going to be bowing down to you. All right, number 5 of the 5 is I didn't realize this was number 5, but I did type or talk about it at the beginning of the show. Is the hype, Terry? There is a lot of hype going into this season. You got, the consensus that we're gonna legitimately be probably one of the top 4 teams in the SEC. Finishing second is a lot of people is putting it out there. You got some people that are taking a little further. Rodriguez missing 3 or 4 games potentially changes that, but let's go day to day. Miami coming in for the season opener. Are we? Is this team mature enough to have handled the hype and are going to take it, live up to it?
I think so. I mean, this has been a slow build. This has been a building toward being 8, 9, potentially 10-win team. This is what
12 per J, but
this is what everything's been building toward. So, why not? I know that was the phrase a few years ago. Why not? A lot of folks laughed, Kevin, in our neck of the woods when the football program put that poster in the facility talking about, playoffs, Kentucky in the playoffs. And lo and behold, the one year, I think it was at 2018, first playoff comes out, we're ranked ahead of Ohio State. So if you're going to make these steps, then this is what you have to do. You have to deal with the hype. It's easy, anytime you're playing a sport, do anything, it's easy to be nobody believes in us. That's easy. You see professional athletes making up stuff. No one believed in me. Mm-hmm. But when you're supposed to do it, that's difficult. So we'll see what we have this year.
We're not, Carrie, we're not sneaking up on, anyone these days. I mean, the hype machine has been there for this team heading into this season, and it's based on performance in the last few years. A couple 10-win seasons, just overachieving. When we had when Lynn Bowden was he's still running touchdowns on the cards, but hype wise, you feeling it?
I mean, I'm feeling it. Because anything that is Kentucky football positive, I'm on board for, because again, having been on this Kentucky football train for so long, anything that gets me excited, I'm for it, and I'm here for the hype, and I'm here for the trash talk, and I'm here for all of it, because when we didn't have this, it sucked. And it's a whole lot more fun to go tailgate and go into the stadium and stay for the whole entire game than it used to be. So, yeah, I'm on board.
Jay, as I've turned to you, this is one of the characters that comes on our show or watches our show and then chimes in. So I'm going to show this before I go to Jay and the rest of the guys. Vol Steak representing his Vols. Kentucky overachieving till you see Tennessee.
It's weird that we're their Super Bowl,
Are we? Yeah, we live rent free in that head, don't we? That orange head.
But hype, I usually don't get too hype, I just call it how it is, 12-0, talk my shit. This is the thing, though. This is what worries me. When you start seeing national guys come out and talk Kentucky, I love it, but then I get worried because they don't know shit. they're wrong usually all the time, and it's like,
And they still get a fat check every week
I want
too.
to be
Yeah.
one crazy psycho going 12-0, 12-0, and then these guys jump on. They're like, maybe the playoffs, and it's like, shit, what did I
Yeah,
do?
because
know.
Desmond Howard had us as his dark horse yesterday on game
And
day.
then he comes out with
Exactly.
a X, and you're like, oh my god.
So
What-
that's my point too, Jay. Let me just add this nugget: is that not only are we getting the hype, we're getting hype on these the college football shows. Desmond Howard. You're right.
I think we need that because Kentucky, this is not overnight. This has been building.
It's been building.
And I think it's going to be a special year, hopefully.
Fuck, if we go 12-0, it's goddamn being a special year. I'm rooting for you to get that right.
But then I worry that Stoops will leave. So there's that whole thing.
You got to pay that guy. I mean,
everything, the people, the football. This is a football school. T-shirts are coming out. Then I mean, there's a whole line of shit coming out with that. But I'm here for it. Like Carrie said, it's fun at the games now. I mean, it always has been to me, really, even through the worst of it, because I've always been an optimistic fan. I've always, when my team is down, I'm still rooting for them and telling people you're gonna kick your ass and all that shit. So I'm that kind of fan.
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Anthony, the hype.
I'm here for it. I hear Jay Hayes and Desmond Howard calling for a 12-2 season.
12-0, not 2.
Yeah, 12-0. Do you lose SEC championship? Losing?
Well, I guess you could be 12.
See, Kevin can't be so remedial when you invite us on here. When you got people like Carrie, TB, Jay Hayes, man, just let us talk our talk. And I say this about the hype. And Van knows how it is to be on probably the most losingest team in UK history. So he can explain this a little bit more. I have no idea about that. But I do know one thing. When I got here in 1995, after Van and them went 1-10, actually 1-11, and once they went 1-11, we went from when I got here, it was pour me. When I left, it was pour me some champagne. And that's where I think we are now. We kind of like to pour me at the beginning of the season, but we're going to end it with some pour me some champagne, locker room style, goggles and all that.
Love it. Van, you got gather yourself.
You're on mute, man.
You're on mute. Mute.
How can you say pour me some champagne when you admitted to early in the season Courtney Brown got up in that ass in the bowl game? So there was no champagne poured after
Not
that.
me. Not me. Carrie Lewis just said she seen me walk into the end zone with an escort.
So here's the deal. Y'all say national media is giving us some hype. I will say pump your brakes. Desmond Howard had us as a sleeper down pick. We are still a down. Are we really still a sleeper? Do people really not know it? Are we really slept on still? I don't like that. And then
the sleeper is that you still got to go through. Alabama's still in the league. Georgia's still in our league.
But sleeper pick doesn't mean we're going to win 10 games.
We're still waking them up, though.
Sleeper pick doesn't mean we're going to win 11.
Okay.
He just said he thought we was going to be probably 6 win. Like, after I look at some film, they might win 8. That's your sleeper pick.
Yeah.
Hype. There was a guy on another podcast that said we're not going to even be top 4 in our division. So there's some people who still don't respect us. So I don't know.
SEC Mike, right?
Somebody other than him. There's another guy.
Yeah.
So there are guys still in this media, which for me, I will hang up in the locker room. All the other positive stuff, there's enough doubting of us that you can still make that bulletin board a material for us. So I buy the hype, but there's still people who are pumping their brakes on us.
It's fair. All right, there's your top 5 heading into the season. I know I see we're over an hour, so I'll try to wrap this up. Terry Brown, Nick Saban, Alabama agreed to a $93.6 million contract million contract, making him the highest paid coach in college football. The GOAT. I mean, it's Nick Saban. You good? You buying, selling this contract?
I'm good with it. The whole thing is with the NIL being what it is, people saying it's this can't be a business. You're just mad because some people are getting money now. If you're not complaining about Nick Saban getting his money and Florida opening up $100 million practice facility and Texas getting everybody gets a TV in their locker or whatever it is, it has been money in big time college athletics for a long time. So no more. Let these kids make some money. If Nick Saban's worth $100 million and last year completed the NIL that Alabama got, all the players $3 million. So yeah,
Well,
it's a joke at this point.
I'm gonna kind of one up you on what you just said. If Mel Tucker is worth 10-year $95 million, then Saban should be worth $20 million. Just saying. What is Tucker? I'm reminded in this article that Michigan State gave him a 10-year. Him, I say him. I don't know enough about him, but I know he was the second-year coach.
Yep.
And got this.
Yeah, won 11 games.
Fucking.
Yep.
Did he win 11? Oh, he did win. Okay.
Yeah, Michigan State was really good last year, which is why they gave him the deal.
Yeah.
Okay, but after all right, maybe I'm wrong.
He from Cleveland too, Kevin.
All right, we'll stay with Saban. Carrie, you buying, selling?
I mean, you can't argue with
Saban.
Results, and
Right.
in most professions, when you do very well in your profession, you tend to get a raise and a promotion. So, I mean, I can't argue with it. It is what it is, and it is what the market is worth is wanting to give him, and
Well,
So
I guess that's probably where I was going with the Tucker thing, is that the market, the fact that he got a 10-year 95. If he gets that, then Saban, who is clearly, stats results, then he should get more. Jay, Saban, yay.
I don't like Saban, but I'm for everyone to get that bag. I'll root everybody on to get money. He's doing his job, so I mean, it is what it is. Get that bag.
A-Dot.
John Calipari needs to take notes. You want to get that bag? Win you a chip every so often.
Look, Jay. Let me do this. Wait a minute. Let's do it right. Jay, now that I give you the big screen, I want you now you can react. I was waiting on someone to just kind of throw the Kentucky cow, and it was Big Sexy here.
It is what it is. I said it last time I was on this show, since I got the screen to myself.
You do. You got it right now.
I said it last time. And Jay Hayes, I don't know why.
That's why I need a fucking producer in the background to help me.
If you want to secure the Nick Saban bag, you have to do the Nick Saban thing. You have to be in contention for a championship every year, not every 4 or 5 years, not one championship every 12 years. Do that. And if you a dog, like if you a dog, Twinsburg Heights produces dog. If you a dog, and this is the type of shit I'm off of, sign your resignation. No, date your resignation. No, sign your resignation. If you don't make a championship, date it. Get the hell on. You don't win the championship and get the bag. Simple.
Basically, you're saying put up or shut up.
Yeah, like don't cry, don't whine to us. Stoops overworking his ass off.
There's a meme right there too. No, okay. Van Saban.
So what are you telling me? You're trying to compare football to basketball, which is not comparable. It's totally different level. Coaching on football, coaching. Hey, I reclaim my time, Kevin. Can I reclaim my time?
Absolutely. Yes, you can.
Look, here's the deal. They're not paying Saban enough. They're not paying him enough. Do y'all know what the combined record of the three guys prior to Saban was at Alabama? before.
Wasn't Shula one of those guys too?
Yeah.
David?
51
Or
and
who's the-
54. That was the combined record of the three guys prior to Saban getting there. And Gene Stall's record was, I think, 62 and 20 something.
Mike Price didn't even get to coach a game, so
Dennis Francione.
Yeah.
represented.
he ran away. So yeah, to Texas
So-
A&M.
Ran away. Yeah,
I
they were.
think they're not. That man is 176 and 24. 100 in the SEC. He is
He's the GOAT.
176 and 20
Yeah.
in the SEC. They're not paying that man enough. His value is infinity. So yes, he deserves every penny and more than what he's getting.
We'll put it. Shit. Now I'm drawing a blank. Who's that? God, Alabama coach. In the past. Say his name.
Bear Bryant.
Gene Stallings?
Bear Bryant. Yeah, Bear Bryant. Not only is he, in the rear view at Alabama, he's in the rear view at Kentucky now as well.
Facts.
So,
Good point.
facts. So, all right. So let me bring those. All right. So, SEC. Terry Brown pushing for a 9-game conference schedule with Oklahoma, Texas coming in soon. That was just an article that came out. Are we there yet for a 9-game, or are we looking at a potential? You know what? Let's save this one. I'm past. It's 10:14. We'll save this for another topic because I think we don't need to go there for this one.
Okay.
Let's with the group here. Let's do predictions for next weekend. We got who are we playing? Miami
Miami of Ohio
We're fighting Ben Roethlisberger's.
from the MAC champions, by the way.
MAC champions. Our non-conference schedule just is not.
Actually, it's not terrible.
It's not a cup. It's not a cupcake.
No, it's not. Yeah,
No.
In Northern Illinois is not a pushover team for the MAC either.
Yeah.
There you go, Jay Hayes. You got more material for dumb as shit. You heard this week.
Which one was that? Who's the dumbest shit?
I don't know. I never watched Northern Illinois.
I don't know.
Jerry
Jay,
been
you
on that train,
Jay
though. Every
definitely
time
give
it
me a heads up.
Carrie
I
on that
watch
train.
I watch college football from Tuesday to Saturday. So
It's
I
the
watch
best.
Push over.
No? What are
No.
you shaking your head at? Dan?
Northern Illinois is not that team. I understand what you're saying. Northern Illinois is not going to come because their style of play is feeding right into us. They're going to try and milk the ball and try to run our defensive line. They have not faced a defensive line like our defensive line all year.
I'm not saying we're going to lose to them. I don't think we're going to lose to either one of these MAC teams. But I'm just saying that I watched them last
to
year, and I
JD's
thought they were
point,
decent.
JD Hall bringing the stats, both are picked to win their divisions. The point is that these are not, they're not the at the bottom of their conferences. Is kind of what I'm.
Such and such is picked to win the NAIA too, but is that gonna matter when they play us? I'm just saying. Center
proving there's a pooper in every party. Dan.
Center College is picked to win whatever conference they in. If they play us,
We play Georgetown. Georgetown College win a lot of championships. Let's play Georgetown College.
All right.
Look,
I'm
man,
done.
we're just.
I'm not going to argue with it.
No, yeah, this time. No,
I'm sorry, Carrie.
It's fine. It's fine. I watch a lot of college football, so.
And now we get to watch on Tuesday nights too.
Miami, Ohio is a legit, I won't say worry, but makes you pause because they have their style of play will match up well with us with the passing game.
They throw the ball. They throw the ball well.
Yeah,
And
to
if you worry
JD's
about-
point, we're not saying they're tough games for Kentucky. We're just acknowledging that they're, from a conference perspective, they're not like.
They're not the fighting Terry Bowdens that we played last year from Louisiana Monroe, who went over. Right? Yeah.
And those fighting Terry Bowden, if you look at the rest of their season, they played pretty damn well. They just faced a team, the SEC caliber team.
But they went 0 for the year before that.
Yeah.
They had won 0 games.
Yeah, but Terry Bowden wasn't there.
Did they beat y'all, man?
They beat us in 94?
I figured as much.
94, 95?
I figured
I think when it comes to Van and those teams that the teams that he played during our Kentucky stretch, the question is who did we? Not that
Louisville.
No. The question was, is the offense going to score more than 3 freaking points? That was the question, because as Carrie's love for defense was built from her college days, watching us murder people and still lose games.
I think the offense was basically up the middle, punt. That was the offensive scheme.
It was,
yeah.
I'll just say this. I always refer
sounds
to
like a Ron Jeremy video. All right, so
we beat Indiana 3-0
in the rain.
In the rain.
Oh,
as the clock expired.
I was at that game. I had to sit at that game.
We played Louisville my senior year in 1996. At halftime, both teams had a combined like 3 or 4 first downs. Not points, first downs. They had 3 or 4 first downs. You know how much punts they had to have? It was freaking ridiculous. So trust me.
Yeah, that Indiana game was the band and about 4 other people in the stands in the rain. Yeah.
Family members.
Hey, you know what? When it comes to, teams we're playing or whatever, there's always the proverbial, if you think you got it bad, Van, somebody's got it worse. Let me just put this out there. Former Cardinal Terrence Williams, University of Car, pleads guilty to defrauding NBA health plan. That dude is okay. All right.
Tough times out there,
Had to
man.
Pick on my neighbors here in Louisville. All right. Let's do this. Yeah. Final shot of the night. Well, before we go final shot, let me finish. Who hasn't given a prediction for Jay? Did you give a prediction? Well, I know your prediction is Kentucky because of the 12-0 prediction, but you got a number? You got what's the scoreboard need to say at the end of the game that just says, yeah.
I'd just say this: Kentucky's defense doesn't give up more than 17 points this year to anybody.
For real?
Yeah.
Wow. I like
The
that.
299 is going to happen. Anthony White, if they build the facilities, Cal will win the championships. Who else wants? The best shit I saw on Twitter was Terry Brown coming out of the cornfield in his baseball jersey and baseball bat. That shit was dope.
I am nothing if not ridiculous. So my wife is fantastic with that. I got a cornfield in the backyard. I got to have fun with it.
They build it, the championships will come.
Will come. Anthony, prediction Saturday?
56-3. 56-3.
Van, what you got?
You gotta do 50 points. If you ain't in the SEC, I'm always expecting 50.
Yes, you should. With this potential offense, you should. Van, what do you say?
I'm not amazed by the 56. I'm amazed by the 3.
Oh.
Jeez.
Oh,
Wow. I got us like, I don't know, it's 50-something to 20.
okay. I'll take that too. I mean, I don't know what this is. The spread already come out for next week?
I think it's 3 tutties, isn't it?
I think it's 20.
20?
Yeah.
Okay.
If it's not 3 tutties, it's close to it.
All right. So who we got? All right. Final shot. Let's do this. Everyone, you know the thing. Final shot is where everyone gets to just give their parting shot, sport, non-sport. Terry Brown, start with you in the field of dreams.
Field of dreams, baby. Field of dreams. Basically, shame on you, BYU. BYU volleyball with Duke this past week. Rachel Richardson was heckled by someone multiple times yelling the N-word, among other things. BYU did not ask the person to leave. Instead, just put a police officer by the Duke bench. Saw the BYU athletic director with his response. Yikes. Got to do a whole lot better. It's 2022. It should not be incumbent upon young men and young women to turn the other cheek. Collectively, Black folks, we've been turning our cheek for a long time. It's about time to stop it. So even Duke dropped the ball. It wasn't just a fan that crossed the line. You have to call it what it is. Right. It was racism, and we should be above it. So that's my takeaway of the week.
Still out there, man, unfortunately. But I'll speak for present company. We got each other's backs here. Carrie Lewis, your final shot.
Well, now I have to follow that with a very unserious take, right?
It's
sorry, because I run a very unserious sports podcast. We don't do a lot of stats. We talk about games. We do a pick 'em, which we just started week 1. But part of my colleagues' pick 'em is based solely on mascots. So, in that vein, I have to say that South Carolina has a live mascot chicken. His name is Sir Big Spur. I have had my picture taken with him. He is the most involved mascot in sports. He has a little sign that says so on his little goalpost that he stands on. But he now has to have a new name. And they are voting on a new name. And he's going to have a new name by Saturday. And the name that is in the lead is Cock Commander. So I'm hoping that wins. I like Cluck Norris, but Cock Commander so far is in the lead. If you would like to hear more on this story, you can listen to our podcast. It is going to drop on Tuesday because I read the whole thing. But yes, Sir Big Spur will no longer be Sir Big Spur. He will probably be Cock Commander.
I love it. There's 70s porn music playing behind that. Just saying. All right. Jay Hayes, final shot, my brother.
Other than Terry coming out of the cornfield with the bat, and that was awesome. The other awesome thing that I saw was the mascot running over the kids, stiff arming the kids. That shit was great. My wife is like, that is wrong. And because I was laughing, I was like, oh, stiff arm. Nice. That was great. So
it was like that Peyton Manning Saturday Night Live thing where he's just winging the ball at the kids and yelling at them. Yeah, absolutely. That was awesome.
That shit was fun.
Anthony White, give me your final shot, brother.
If I could have two, they're both food related, but it kind of intertwines.
I've never said no to you either, so go ahead.
If anybody wants to go to the Bananas game, I want to go to watch Bananas play baseball because I just want to see what's good. I might try and get in there and see if I can't get in the batter's box, but I've been taking lessons from Steve Chandler, Coach Steve Chandler, legendary Coach Steve Chandler. Second thing is I tried the Papa John's Douglas pizza, where it's just the toppings of the pizza. That's what I was eating when y'all was watching earlier. It's all right. It's all right.
Aight.
Yeah, it's all right.
All right.
Is that a sponsorship?
I don't know. It sounds like it.
Locker don't do sponsors because we don't want to be responsible for the name, image, or likeness of their brand.
Van, final shot, my brother.
Final shot. Even though Vandy went to Honolulu and whipped the pants off of the what is that mascot now? It's not the Rainbow, Fighting Rainbow, it's something else.
But they were the Warriors, or did they change
the Warriors, the Rainbow Warriors? What are they now?
Yeah.
Just the Warriors?
Rainbow Warriors.
I don't know. They were just the Warriors, so I don't know.
Yeah, so it might be just the Warriors now. To see Timmy Chang back there is everything to me. A guy who's from there where it means more to him than the last Jag Bad they had in Grantham there. I think that program is going to slowly turn around. I remember that kid passing for a shit ton of yards when he was at Hawaii. And I think it's cool for him to go back to his alma mater and be the right coach for that program. And I can't wait to see him 3 or 4 years from now with them whipping butt like he used to when he was there.
There you go. Good stuff. Final shots from our panel. I've got to throw this in. Vanessa Bryant to donate proceeds from the Kobe crash photo lawsuit that she contested She won. In this day and age with social media, I know everyone thinks that a photo or a video is one moment from going viral, or giving them their 15 minutes. But I remember that Sunday when I got heard the news about Kobe dying in the helicopter crash. I was driving and literally was sick to my stomach. And I can't imagine the shit that his family has had to go through for just the fallout from this. So kudos to her, to Vanessa, for just fighting for what she believed in, but doing the deed to donate those the award, if you will, to it looks like to just whatever charity. I don't know what the charity was, but social media is just a reminder how kind of disheartening social media is for a lot of people. And it's anyways, good stuff tonight, guys. Appreciate you. For the record, shooting. I did this last week, and I had to try to edit that out. Shooting from Lips, another podcast I do. But round of shots, I'm going to start Thursday nights doing a live show prior to Saturday, the weekend football games, with some predictions. I'm going to have, for now, present company, just throwing it out. I'm going to have former players come on and give us a preview, predictions for the Saturday games. I'm going to still do a Sunday night kind of recap, and then the stories of the week. But stay tuned. A round of shots will be 2 times a week, at least through the football season. One, because I have
weeks, Hayes. That's 14 weeks.
Yeah, I have no life, but I also enjoy company. You guys doing talking about our cats, and it's good stuff. Shout outs, Terry. Give us a shout out for you and your posse, your shows.
Cats Talk Wednesday, every Wednesday. Find us on Facebook and Twitter and wherever you can get high quality podcasts.
Carrie Lewis.
Girls Beer Sports new episode drops every Tuesday. Add GRLS Beer Sports on the Twitters. Everywhere good podcasts are free. I'd also like to give an extra shout out to Coach Wells at EKU, head football coach there. Had a medical emergency episode at practice, is in the hospital in intensive care, but hopefully he will pull through and get better. So get better, Coach Wells.
Jay Hayes, bring it, brother.
Religiously Kentucky, JD Hall is great. The voice of reason. He holds me down. But yeah, everywhere, anywhere you can find your podcast, we're there. So check it out. The podcast for Kentucky sports. Yeah, I said it.
All 5'7" of JD.
Yeah, he had like 5 or 7 comments on here, but I didn't want to.
JD's the man. Good stuff on your show, Jay. Van, Anthony, together. Do you all have like a rehearsed line that you give for? Because you can do, if you do it, you can do it in stereo. No, okay.
We have no harmonies. Go ahead, A-Dot. It's on you.
Bones, Thugs, and Heart. What's that?
Okay, I'm ready.
No, we do not. We do not do anything in unison. He is the oil to my water. And we are on every Wednesday night from 9 to 10. I found out recently, I'm getting a lot of inboxes on my social medias that people enjoy hearing us talk about things that people don't talk about. And I do not doubt that girls, beer, sports, and Cats Talk Wednesday and Religiously Kentucky podcast does not give you great sport insight and great entertainment.
But
stuff that people are not allowed to talk about, We talk about it.
You talk about it.
Not that they're not. These guys are allowed.
No,
I don't know if
it's the insight. YouTube brings so much more to the perspective of Kentucky sports. And from I think I'm speaking for Present Company. We appreciate your show, what you talk about, how you talk about it, and keep doing it, because it's I take the pieces from your all show too and kind of incorporate it into mine, because you two know what the hell you're talking about. So.
Sorry, Carrie. I see Carrie left.
Carrie, I mean, did we finally just piss her off?
No,
I think it's 10:30, but I was
yeah. Go ahead.
I don't see how we get through an hour show every week. I just don't. It's by God. It's
and
God.
It's
God's
just you two. You don't even have guests. Right?
It ain't enough time. It ain't enough time for both of us to talk. By the time he let me talk, I got to debunk whatever he's saying.
I know. I keep promoting this to be a 60-minute show, but look, here we are at 10:33. I can't do it, but if I'm gonna go past 60, I'm doing it with you guys, and you guys make it fun every Sunday night. Hey, good stuff tonight. Appreciate you. Round of shots on all the podcast platforms. I will be back Thursday night. Stay tuned for those details. Yes, Michelle Morton. That's all she needs is another podcast to listen to, but we appreciate you more than
we do. Know. Thank you, Michelle.
Yeah, you're the best. Van, Jay, Anthony, Terry, Carrie, Lewis, and the news. Kevin Hale wishing everyone a good night, good week. Go Cats. We are on our way to 12-0, baby, because Jay Hayes fucking said so.
Get on the train, baby.
Good night, guys.